Burt Rutan and Paul Allen got together to supposedly build an airplane to carry a rocket aloft and drop it for space launch. They totally mangled the project. Their design uses two fuselages with the missile, the rocket, supported underneath the wing section between the two fuselage pieces. This is a complete mistake. It adds weight, it adds drag, and it achieves nothing. The correct position is to put the rocket on top of the airframe. By having only a single body for the aircraft, the weight is less and the drag is less. Because the drag is less, it can fly at a higher speed, that will give a higher altitude. Because the weight is less, that will also give a higher altitude. So either the rocket can be dropped at a higher altitude, or a bigger rocket can be carried, or a smaller and less expensive aircraft can be used. The rocket would be moved into position on something that would look like a giant forklift. It would span over the wing of the plane and position it. After takeoff, the plane would fly to an altitude of perhaps 10,000 feet, and then it would roll upside down. The rolling upside down, if done in a coordinated fashion, produces only slightly more than 1 g of loading. It won't overstress anything. The cockpit can then be counter-rotated 180 degrees. All of the flight controls are fly-by-wire. They're just electronic signals. You can use radio, you can use lasers, you can use a ring mount. It doesn't matter how it's transmitted. At this point, the pilot's now right side up, the entire aircraft is upside down, and the rocket is suspended for being dropped and launched. The cockpit can be placed on a ring mount on the front of the aircraft, similar to a space capsule. 2 pilots would be similar to a Gemini capsule. 3 pilots would be similar to an Apollo capsule. In the event of any casualty to the aircraft, you can actually have a rocket escape tower fitted to the front of the capsule. The capsule can separate and the pilots can be taken to safety. If you really wanted to, you could even build the entire front end of the aircraft, have it rotate with up to 8 crew members or more, placed on 2 levels. The design used by Paul Allen is a complete waste of money, and Burt Rutan has completely botched the engineering. But Paul Allen has plenty of money, so no one cares. If you actually wanted to put a space capsule with astronauts on board the rocket, it could also be mounted on a ring mount, and after the aircraft is inverted, it could also rotate 180 degrees. The weight penalty would be a few hundred pounds. That could be lived with.